I do feel if students do what we are asking them to do, and students have the capability that we imagine them to have once they pass this course, I think industry will want them. I see no industry not wanting them.
Hi, I'm Suresh from Afterboots, and we are at IIM Bangalore. They recently launched their online BBA DBE, Digital Business and Entrepreneurship course, and it's an online 3-year course. These are the subjects that are taught. These are the dates of the entrance exam, and this is the deadline for registration. We wanted to know what is up and what is cooking at IIM Bangalore, and we have an interview right with you with Professor Suresh. Let's get into it.
Hey, it's Afterbirds.
I saw your LinkedIn comment that the reason that this is online is so that we can impart very good quality education to masses.
It has been a while since we were discussing about this program. We saw IIT Madras, and when we had asked IIT Madras what has been a significant finding that they had in terms of the program, they said the hard work that people are putting in from across the country. Many of them didn't have access to high quality education. Many of them tried hard, may not have gotten to IIT. But the seriousness with which they were coming to online sessions, working very hard, they said that has been the biggest surprising element of the entire program. So taking a cue from there, we felt we should do something similar. We should have started this in our 50th year last year, but it took a little while. But the idea, as you have mentioned, is need to deliver high quality education at a distance, scalable, modular, and a little bit affordable.
We saw a lot of technological courses in the BBA DBE. We have low-code, no-code web development. We also have UI UX. We also have a little bit on databases and algorithms. So is this to make them make MVPs quicker, or is this mainly to give them an exposure key, okay, this also exists, know about this?
No, good point. I think that's pretty nice of you to look up the content. One of the reasons why we are doing it is because we want this cadre to go join companies that are undergoing digital transformation. And this digital transformation is going to affect every single person, right from a farmer to a manufacturing company to a tech company to a space company, right? So given the world that everybody is getting into, ventures cannot not have digital transformation strategies and have manpower who can help them achieve these strategies. So we feel having a cadre of people, especially freshers, who are trained to address some of these issues that large corporations are facing, we feel that they can go play a very important role in the near future.
Plus, we also see intrapreneurship come up in companies.
Yeah.
So you can be an entrepreneur, but at somebody else's risk and try to use the company's resources. And I wanted to take an analogy which I identified. Like we have full stack developers, they know front end, they know back end. And now we have a lot of solopreneurs, and there will be a segment in the BBA program who are like, I want to learn how to do it on my own. I want to register an OPC. I want to know marketing. I want to know finance. I want to do everything and get a taste of it. How does this program help them?
Oh, that's a very good question. I'm sure it should. And I quite like this one-person company mode. And I've also been following a couple of people on the net who have tiny empires, one-person company. You could still have significant revenue, leveraging technology, solving a very small problem for a large number of companies. We never looked at it from that angle, but yes, they will have capabilities to definitely try this out.
So I read an article which you wrote in an entrepreneurship journal about the 250 rupees venture. At Visakhapatnam, when this activity was presented, they went to the beach and told, let us put stalls over here and let's have a conversation between, and we're going to charge you money for having that. How can we facilitate this online?
No, it's not going to be done online. It will be done offline. But the idea here was what you plan to do is not how things pan out. My idea is to do it twice. That I plan, I execute, I learn issues related to execution. So therefore, when I plan next time, my plan will be a little more realistic than the first time when I would have imagined I can do this, and I can also do that. But the second time around, they'll say, oh, I don't need to do this, I don't need to do this. As long as I focus on this one particular aspect, then I should be good to go. So it's this iterative process of identifying and interacting with customers and their problems, and how do you subsequently address some of these is what I wanted as part of that experiment. Nothing more than a very tiny exercise to get that penny dropping moment for. I think the requirements of talented individual in this country is huge. It's not as if manufacturing as it is right now was how it was 20 years ago. There's a lot more technology involved, a lot more IoT involved, a lot more operation efficiency involved. So you need to learn how to play with all these newer gadgets and technologies that are coming in. So we're not really looking at the startup world as we are. We're looking at this entire gamut of companies. Could be pharmaceutical companies, could be hospitality companies, or hospitals for that matter, right? Everybody requires individuals who can very quickly come to speed leveraging technology.
So program learning outcome can be said that once you go through it, you will be adaptable to whatever comes next in the world.
Wow, that would be one big wish list. Like if something like that happens, then we would be immensely happy, because that's exactly what we want to have. Somebody who's capable of saying that, look, I am in control, right? So I have the agency to change myself to address whatever the industry wants. So I'm trained enough to make myself capable to whatever the industry wants, right? So that's what we want.
Because the program curriculum also shows that. I do not see a BBA course in India which is teaching UI UX to anyone right now. And just knowing UI UX also makes you a better, say, video editor or a better content marketer. I read this that Da Vinci was not a good painter because he could just paint well, but because he knew anatomy, he knew physics, he knew how light refracted, which helped him become a better painter. So would this also apply in a business context?
Look, I don't think we had such deep thoughts in terms of putting this curriculum together. I think the reason why it happened was because we had a very eclectic mix of faculty members who were putting our minds to what it should have, right? So therefore, that multiple perspectives seem to have reflected on the curriculum, which is very diverse. We would also want them to be creative, because one of the first courses that we're teaching in year one, term two is creativity. What is creativity? At the end of the day, you're saying that I'm not limited by whatever's in front of me. I'll take some actions to move away from where I am to where I want to be.
Yes, sir. And the burning question now is, since this is an online program, how will we build a community? And I actually want to give some sort of assessment to this, because when we look at Lipsa and Anish, they are building $1 million company and they met on a forum online. And we had this Discord community where just talking to the person continuously, being with them online, it felt like an alternative to how a college life is supposed to be. Obviously, it's not the same. But it feels like the people in the public forum are discounting it heavily, that online programs cannot be good. What is your take on this, sir?
If you do have a connect with this other person, it doesn't matter whether it's online or offline. But you are right, it is challenging for us to create a community which is online. So, but you're online, you could be whoever you want to, and then I'm only addressing with your online avatar.
Yes. And it also has led to very good success stories. People will be very shy offline, but when they go online, they're like, okay, no one can see me, no one knows me. Let me try to be the best version of who I am.
I wish something like that happened, and I feel that it's likely to happen because nobody's watching.
Yes.
Right? And because nobody's watching, nobody's giving you a dirty look saying that, oh, that was such a stupid question. Having said that, I don't think it's going to be very easy for us to create communities, and which we would want to, because one of the reasons we go to colleges, because we do gain a lot by interacting with others. We have socializing skills. We understand how to interact with each other, different communities, different cultures. We are planning to do some offline activities at city level, at maybe some regional level, to create collectives. But we also would like to use challenges. Students could form groups of their own to pitch for those challenges and win prizes, because they are that way they have a CV point and they also have little bit some prize money. That could be a way in which we are forcing people to form groups online.
So would it be a success story if say 5 people come in together. They're like, oh, I know UI well, I can market it for you. One guy says, I know tech well, I can help you make the product. One person says, I know how to sell well. And all these people come together and win competitions.
Yeah, that would be very good. But even better would be to say that, look, I know this person in IIT Madras course. We could work together because it's online, it doesn't matter, right? We know a lot of people.
Because people are very skeptical about online courses because their only experience with it has been some 15-hour or 12-hour workshop at Coursera or other websites. They've not experienced an online degree.
And the other thought to have is, if you're doing this online course, and if this is going to be a primary degree, which it can be, then what will you do with the rest of time? You only are supposed to work about 7 to 8 hours a week, right? At best 10 hours. You could be working in your father's or uncle's business, understanding the ropes of business. Or you could say, I'm going to start something on my own. Or you can say that I'm going to be part of a drama group. Because you could then pursue what you want to pursue in the free time that is available to you. You can also study and then do another course. But it would be interesting for young people to leverage the free time that this course will help them and then use that for whatever they want to do.
So is it like college without the mandatory attendance?
College without mandatory attendance. Yeah, exactly. Could be like that.
Makes sense, sir. Would you recommend a student just pursuing only this degree, not any other degree, and then looking at an offline college for masters?
This is a full-fledged degree course. And they will not be online on the degree as well. They could use it to go abroad for masters. They can use it to go to do an MBA. They could straight away go do a job, work for a couple of years, and then do a master's, right? Or use it to start their own venture. So they could do whatever they want in terms of their higher education or their vocation.
Is there any perfect combination that you think would exist? IIM BBA plus this degree?
Right now, I don't know. This is too early to say anything. IIMB plus this karke. I'm sure it will evolve.
This course will have pre-recorded lectures, then live classes, and then offline examinations.
Yeah, and then live tutorials as well.
So will these examinations be like IIT Madras, where you go to a center in your city?
Exactly.
Similar model.
Yeah.
So one thing, if I may be so candid, which we saw with IIT Madras was a lot of people copy off the assignments which are already uploaded just to get it completed. And they're not getting that learning outcome. So would there be some way to prevent this from happening? Because accountability is a challenge online.
So I guess it is a little bit easier here because this is not all technology like statistics, right? But in a lot of management related topics, let's say communication or entrepreneurship, I can't copy yours directly. Although I have to figure out whether people are going to use ChatGPT.
And the exams are going to be on Sundays, just like IIT Madras, so that they can...
Weekends.
Yeah. Makes sense, sir. So now the most burning question. A lot of people who are skeptical are mainly skeptical because they think I'm not going to get placements at the end. And it's very reliant on the college. And a lot of them crudely calculate the ROI of a course by average CTC divided by the fees they're paid. How do we calculate the ROI of this course? What is a measure that will make them think, okay, I've made it, it's worth it for me because I can do X, Y, Z?
Everybody has their own ROIs. For a young person, the ROI should be their life. So if you're not creative enough to use the cards that are come to you, then you say that, okay, I can only play a game if I have good cards.
But I think just having a tag key, I did a degree from IIM Bangalore. It'll be like borrowing reputation. And
so how do you play this game? Like for instance, now that you have, it's like a joker, right? So you should learn how to play the joker card. No, joker card can be whatever you want it to be. But just because you're joker doesn't mean you will win the game. I'm not saying they shouldn't calculate ROI like CTC divided by fee. I don't think that's wrong also. If you go back to what Steve Jobs said, you can only play life by connecting the dots
backwards
and by looking backwards and saying where are the dots. So this could be one of the dots that you're creating. So what do you and how do you play this and connect these dots much later? So I don't think even CTC, right? It doesn't matter what you started with. Somebody may start getting 25,000 for a long period of time and suddenly own equity in a company which becomes very large. Using a formula is a bad way at this age, unless you say, I come from a family where I have to really be careful about my resources. This is because I don't have too many slack resources, right? And therefore, I'm not saying it's a wrong strategy to use.
I was trying to paint a picture to a student who was a bit skeptical about this course, and I told him that at the end, placement is an opportunity. It's a head start. Why not look at incubation at NSR cell as an opportunity in lieu of the placement? And maybe at a certain point of time, you sit at IIMB's placement, but on the other side of the table where you're recruiting people because you have your own startup. So, and would IIM Bangalore at least facilitate, okay, we'll give you an opportunity to sit in front of 20 venture capitalists and pitch in front of them, so that all the students who are in this program get an advantage, an edge in terms of opening doors?
VCs are after making money.
True.
Right? So they are in the business of outcomes. If they are giving you $1 million, they want $10 million in about 7 years' time. So they have nothing got to do with where you come from. If your idea is good, if your idea has legs, they would be interested in listening to you. The purpose of education should be to be able to help you to figure that out, value proposition very quickly. If you're addressing a very large market and you have capability to scale, definitely I think there are lots of incubators with grants that they're giving up to 40-50 lakhs which are available. There are entities like Elevate 100 where governments are giving money to early stage companies which are trying to do well. So I don't think, if you have a good idea and if you have traction, that there won't be people willing to invest in you. Right? So that should not be what we promise them, because we don't want to bring them on promises. You come because we are giving you great education. You come because we are looking at something extremely innovative. You come because it will open up a whole lot of ways. Having said that, I doubt if students will pass and clear this program, not have jobs. We are saying we would like to socialize, we would like to create projects, we would like to create challenges, we would like to create internships, wherein you are socializing with the industry continuously. IIT Madras has been successful because they're socializing and students are coming out are really good, so the companies would want them.
And there would be clubs and committees and city level offline events at the same time.
Yes, definitely.
I think that needs to be like plastered as an immediate answer to an objection that a student has.
Yeah, definitely, because we're looking at internships in local areas, events in local areas, maybe regional level meets. So obviously we would be interested in doing all of this because socializing with one another is an important aspect of education, especially at this age. And we should try every possible experiment to make that happen.
And they were also saying that IIT Madras has offline convocation for the people who complete a degree. Even I want to come to the campus, and
I don't think people are averse to the thought. We haven't discussed this and made it a rule, but the informal conversations that I've been having all seem to indicate that we see no reason why we can't have an offline convocation.
If there are going to be some fee waivers in terms of merit. Right now, we have a 50% fee waiver for folks from SC, ST category.
So right now, not year one, because there are far too many things that we need to stabilize. We could start be leveraging CSR money like what IIT Madras does. But all of this will come once they see a program, once they see the quality, once they see what is happening in this particular program.
Will there be any offline course materials also delivered to the students?
We wouldn't want that because just the logistics would be expensive. Maybe some goodies in the beginning. I don't know. A lot of people seem to be asking.
Will we get merch?
Will we get merch? Will we get merch? Maybe we should start a merchandise store first and then start the course, because that could be earning more money or just as much money.
Or maybe all the students who enroll, there could be a contest for the best design, and then you could put and upload your design and get the topmost person to understand what the market
good
needs.
idea. Yeah. Like something like design challenge, and then the ones that most people seek could be made into a product. Yeah, something like that can be done. We are not averse to any of these.
Yes.
It's just that we haven't put our mind to it.
I'm just very happy it's a open conversation, and I'm pretty sure once students come in, you'll be getting emails. Phil, I have a suggestion, I have an idea.
Yeah, because that's what IIT Madras also keeps saying.
And like every Marvel movie, after the credits, there's always a sneak peek to the next time. Offline Bachelors and Bangalore.
But that's a different program,
that is
right? That's a
different.
completely different program. And that's happening in another campus. And they will have a different focus. It's more multidisciplinary program, not IPM kind of focus. It's a 4-year course, it's a 3-year course. And fingers crossed that we'll have it next year. There are lots of hurdles that program has to cross, because unlike online, which doesn't require too many of our resources, we should at least sink in hundreds of crores because we can before we can even have one student out.
So anything you would like to tell to the students who are just skeptical or confused?
No, I think being skeptical is very good, because I don't think people should jump in because this is IIMB. I think they should think for themselves before they join this course. All I can say is that we are very honest, trying to be very honest. A lot of things we haven't figured out. A lot of things I'm sure we'll figure out as we start. We're just putting one foot at a time, and hopefully others will join in this journey. And those of them who would like to jump in with us, welcome. It'll be a great ride.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Really nice talking to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, and I really think that Discord idea will work so well.
Yeah.
Because I've met all my closest friends, all my business friends online, and the first time I meet them offline is when we go to like any entrepreneurship summit.
Yes.
And it's just so much happiness. And I feel kids are missing out on that because they're...
No, but that has to be a little bit geekish. So they have to be certain... But I'm sure some of these who will start to play the online game will... It's the same World of Warcraft. You play without even knowing who the other person is, right? PUBG you've been playing without knowing who the other person is, right? So there are a lot of these games where people are playing. I'm sure time is right now than earlier in order to have digital connections.
And now at Afterwards, we have a couple of free mocks for you to learn and practice from to become better at this entrance exam. We also have 10 mocks available for just $4.99. And at the end of the day, do like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah, so do share.
That helps us stay motivated and bring really good content in front of you. I hope this was enjoyable and informative. And most importantly, if you have any queries whatsoever, do leave a comment down below. We look at it obsessively and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you so much. Signing out.
Hey, it's Afterwards.